my favorite night of the week. Thursday night online open mic. Yeah. I've been so excited. Before I used to get like nervous. Now I just get so excited that I'm going to see all of you. It's so fabulous. So much is going on. Welcome to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host, Caridad de la Luz, better known as La Bruja. And I have so much to say. I've been on Zoom all day. Not all day, let me not exaggerate, but I became a pregonera today. I was officially inducted into the Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. That's right. So I am part of a theater house, and I've been, performing at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in Pregones for about 10 years or more, and to finally be officially in the family for life. It's like the mafia in theater. And like one of the 101s of theater is always find your light. Always find your light. So, what can I tell you? Let's get into this. Everybody looks so beautiful. We got a full list. And I would like to get to the 30 mark. That's how I like to do. Even though we have 25 slots, 5 other waiting list. Let's try to keep it 3-4 minutes so we can get 30 people on. And I love to pop cherries, so it's your very first time, you let me know, and I will sing the Pop the Cherry song for you. I may do a jazz rendition. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the flow. And if you have new shit, please let us know about your new shit. I actually have some new shit. Just little something, because I'm just so in love with life, and I'm just in love. So I'm going to give you a love poem. All styles are welcome here, which is what I love. We could do music, we could do comedy, we could do theater, we could do anything on Thursday nights. We have poetic license to just be our authentic selves. So we learn how to do this on Thursday nights, and then we learn how to take it out into the world and be like that all the time. Your authentic self, no matter where you go, not just here. So let's see. Let me open the room up for some shout outs if I can. And then I'll do my little poem. And then we'll get into the list. Asking to unmute. Let's go.
Bruja, congratulations. That is so exciting.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yeah.
There goes the Bruja.
Let's go. Crank it up. Let's go.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Now see, DG is finally #1 back on top, huh?
Bruja,
Where you going, man?
There we go. Players. We love it.
You guys are so special. I put the information into the chat. The whole lineup is there. Thank you, sponsors: National Endowment for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you'd like to make a donation, please visit the neweurekan.org/contribute. It makes such a difference. And if you haven't followed me yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, but you really should follow me at La Bruja NYC on Instagram, Twitter, even a little TikTok, and Venmo too. If you want to send me some money, I'll take it, because I'm definitely on a mission. I'm here in Puerto Rico, and I'm on a mission to get my grandmother out of that nursing home and back into her home, and I want to find a home attendant that can be there. I have plans, and so if you could help me on my mission, I would just greatly appreciate it. Here's my love poem, and then we get into DG Clearing, Elizabeth Strauss, Michael Sindler, Nick Paleologos, Luis Pabon, y Teso Somok. My love poem. I awaken to your thoughts of me, feeling you like the heat of the sun at noon, like the tide is pulled by the moon. I can't imagine kissing anyone but you, so I do. I kiss you with lips of thunder that rumble with electric charge, sounds that can't be seen, but I see you in my mind's eye. I see in you what I see in me: purity, tenderness, love. I love you. I want to dance for you, move on you, move in me. Ecstasy, anarchy, limitless fantasy, living this all started with a kiss. that I gave you without even touching your lips. Go me, go me, go me. All right. Thank you so much for listening to my sultry rants of desire. You can create anything with your words. I'm learning this really. But you have to feel it first. So if you don't have love in your life, you got to feel in love with life, and life will come to you. And love will come to you. And light will come to you. Let's unmute DG Clearing.
La Bruja, so good to be here. You know, we all need love. This poem is about love that we need, okay? March 18th, 2021. COVID-19 has killed 538,237 in the USA, 2,701,158 in the worldwide known to date. Fueled by the former White House administration blaming the Chinese for starting and spreading COVID-19, calling it Kung Flu, Asian communities and people have seen an onslaught of xenophobia and racism, many fearing for their lives. On Tuesday of this week, an Atlanta man shot and killed 8 people, 6 of them Asian. It is believed it was a racial-driven hate crime against the Asian community. Cherokee County's sheriff captain said in a news conference, referring to the shooter, yesterday was a really bad day for him. These are stories of crimes against the Asian community and people in America that have to be told. Do you remember? Do you remember the days of Rock Springs, tricked out in our homes, the circling trains, sounds of the boxcars opening, the smell of smoke, all the buildings smoldering, burnt to the ground, fathers and sons, brothers and nephews, friends murdered in the street, shot and stabbed, bludgeoned and killed, left for the dogs and the hogs to eat. The murderers were found innocent. Do you remember the days of Hell's Canyon, Sam Yup Company, the rocky cliffs, the white water surrounding us? 6 of them came, shot us from the cliffs, no place to run or hide, then beaten, stripped, and dismembered, thrown into the snake. They did it again 4 miles away. They were found on the banks for over a year, quote, a severe warning to the Chinese, unquote. The murderers were found innocent. Do you remember the days of Calle de los Negros in the City of Angels on Chinatown Square? A fight over a woman. Stray bullets, an officer shot, a saloon keeper killed. Word spread, coolies are slaughtering whites. Mobs blocked the streets. Hang them! Burn them! Tongs capped in the mouth, his finger cut off. 19 Chinese shot, murdered and hung from awnings and wagons and crossbars. People versus Hall. There is no witness, no testimony. The murderers were found innocent. Thank you.
DG, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, it sounds like a horror story, you know, like a horror film, but the biggest horror is that it's reality.
It's reality in America. It actually happened, and things like that, maybe not to that extent. They happen all the time
Look
to
at
individuals and communities,
yes,
you know,
absolutely.
yeah, it's terrible.
Or to bring
So
awareness, spread the love. Thank you,
thank
DJ.
you. Be safe, everybody. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing everybody tonight.
Now let's hear from Elizabeth Strauss, see what she's bringing to the mix right in here. Deadpan Lizzie.
Hey, Libra, how you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I have 2 new shits to share, so here we go.
Two new shits. Two new shits. Two new shits. Take it away.
All right. Yeah. All right. The first one is called "What Will You Do?" What will you do to stop white terrorism? What will you do to make sure everyone feels safe and valued as equal? We are all equal. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Will you continue to virtue signal reposting on social media? Will you continue to have the conversations that for some may be harder than others? Will you create art that makes many uncomfortable? Will you continue to associate with those who cannot get out of their comfort zones? Will you mask up and march in the streets? Will you not take jobs because you know not everyone is valued as equal? Have you reached out to friends and loved ones to ask how they are? Sorry. What have you done and what will you continue to do so everyone feels safe and valued as equal? Life is not a trend. Virtue signaling is not a trend. Use your voice however you can. Push yourself up out of your comfort zones. Be comfortable that you may misspeak and will make mistakes, but make sure you learn from them. Read the writing on the walls and in between the lines over and over again. Do not be afraid to upset others because they are not ready to stand up and use their voice. Focus on progress. This is not about you. This is not about me. This is about everyone. We cannot let hate win. And my second piece, it's based on the Salvador Dali painting Atmospheric Skull. Before you open your eyes, unsure if you want to face the world, knowing you can, though it all feels like a Dali painting, melting back into the bed sheets and feather down pillows, perhaps sinking back into the mystery person in your dreams, though you cannot sail away in the canoe with them, as the piano must be tuned up and played. In the odd atmospheric skull that lays adjacent to the soulful instrument and 2 men that sit behind it, reminding you it is time to face it all. An idea of the day playing out the ebony and ivory, but in reality you have no idea how strong it will sound. 1 note at a time, no specific rhythm to follow, as life can be very beige at times, an unsure painting of reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Let them know. Let them know about that Salvador Dali. I think I smoked a strain of weed that should have been called Salvador Dali because it had me on the couch like.
I think I smoked that strain of weed about a decade ago too. And I used to do that.
Melted like a clock on you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank
So
you.
great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
Peace. Let's see what's good with Michael Sindler.
Hello, folks. Always good to see everybody. Once again, congratulations, La Bruja. That's a wonderful thing. Really am happy for you. It's not my custom to do so, but I'm actually going to read something that I'm like literally just finished, if you can call it finished, moments ago. So started it in a workshop earlier today. This is called Smaller Cousin for Joy Harjo. Joy tells me I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I burst with heat. I warm the world with rhythmic beat. I wither away your lengthening shadows that thin into harmless reflection. I am the smaller cousin. I stand close. You can feel me deep in your chest as we embrace. Skin of your drum vibrating in harmony. We're an expanding, dancing circle. I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I rise, fall, and rise again. You can count on my return. Every moment apart brings me closer once again. I dry your tears with my breath and wait among the clouds, watching pure rain wash you clean. I am the cousin of the sun, caressing the curve of the earth, reflecting poetry against the mirror of the moon. Even when you do not see me, I send my message of love from the silvered surface, scythe to circle in rotation. I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I am the brother, sister to your heart. I am the same pounding sound of life and love, the same struggling, triumphant pump, fist-sized and world-encompassing. We are the smaller cousins of the sun, our warmth nurturing each other, reaching out our rays, braiding light into threads, a sheet of pure love to lay across the land and sky. Okay. And I will do another one, just trying to get past all this wintry stuff going on outside and think spring. And so this is a Dezane called Jewel in the Enigma. Streets painted chartreuse with pollen's passion. Air reverberates with life's vibration. Nature adorns earth with velvet fashion. Wheel revolves from denouement to creation. Infinite spiral of inspiration. Air-swept promise of continuity. Cosmic dancers of perpetuity. Dervishes twirl from anther to stigma, pursuing with blind ingenuity the jewel wrapped inside the enigma. Okay, thank y'all.
All right, Michael, your poetry is like fine wine. It's getting better and better.
Thank you.
Loved it. We are the cousins, the little cousins of the sun, shining our light of love and blanketing the world. Ah! Love that. Thank you so much, Michael. Delivering the motherfucking goods. And he said, and that was mad fresh new shit. Damn, that was piping. Let's see what's good with Nick Paleologos, who's almost at the end of his journal. Where's my journal? I always pull out my journal when I see Nick.
Like literally 10 pages left. Hi, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. Don't mind the greenness that's going on over here. I have an announcement to make before I begin. Tonight, I'm going to be co-hosting at Trisha DeJesus's open mic later on. So I gotta thank Nuyo. I gotta thank La Bruja, Advocate.
Okay,
yeah.
Wait. What will you take from seeing me as your host all these Thursdays? What will you take away from that? That you're gonna, what do you take?
I would say the energy that you bring and everything. It's just, you bring such a vibrant energy to whenever you do the Thursday night open mic, and I'm just like, every time I get pumped up to do this. And
you're ready to pump everybody up.
Yes. So yeah. So
Nick, congrats.
Thank you so much. Yes, I also got to thank Midnight and Ron Mark Thompson too as well. If it wasn't for Midnight, I would have never had this. And also got to thank Paul Queso, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never met y'all. So I got new shit for you guys. We're gonna do 2 pieces. This first one is called Call It What It Is. 8 people died in Georgia because the shooter was having a bad day. No. He's an incel that belongs in a cell, left to die in confinement. Let him bleed, for his blood is not worth crying over. Involuntary celibate, my ass. You know what he is, a fucking white supremacist. With that said, why consume the food and the entertainment if you aren't going to lift up the Asian community? We can't all be spirit detectives. We don't have a spirit gun or sword at our disposal. We can't make a human-eating plant or unleash a dragon at a moment's notice. We can, and we will, detect and deflect back the hatred that exists. You don't have to carry all the weight like Spike did. I know you aren't a cowboy, but let me be the bop to the bottom line. Stop Asian hate. The second one is St. Patrick's Day inspired, but I decided to spin it my way. This one's called Lucky Charm. I will be your lucky charm, dressed to the nines in green, clover me pretty like you want. I will be your lucky charm. I will be your model and your leprechaun. I will love you madly. I will be your lucky charm, loving you like an endless tap of Guinness to cuddle and funk you senseless. I will be your lucky charm, only if you let me, as long as you will be my lucky charm. Thank you, guys.
Woo! Oh shit, I'm choking. Yo, that was so beautiful. I love how you performed it. I like how you went in and it was soft and powerful, and I just woo!
Thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, it was very hard to unmute because it's very hard to do it in a morph suit, by the way. I remember I had this back in the day when I was doing the morph suit thing and everything. But thank you so much, La Bruja. Thank you so much, everyone. You can follow me on Instagram at The Real Nick P. That's TheRealNickP. If you guys want to, trying to get on, just let me know. All right.
Good luck tonight, Nick. Nick at night. Nick Peliologos did his thing. I'm so proud of you. You keep shining. You just keep. Ooh, shit. I'll be your leprechaun. Oh! Now let's see what Luis Pabon is going to add to the pot that is simmering, I must say. We are
Hey, La Bruja.
Luis!
Hey, congratulations again. That's amazing. Amazing accomplishment. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you. So what are you feeling? How are you feeling? What's going on? What's new?
Feeling good. Feeling good. I got 2 new pieces. The first piece is entitled Strange Fruit. We are well hung in the garden. Our bodies a lost Eden. Bellies full off of no eating, diseased beings greedy for semen. These men are demons, leaving us sad endings. What love is this? One that leaves us sore, naked, stripped of our innocence, planting the burning in our flesh, complement of our imperfection. We lost children of this lesser God that prays between our legs, a different praise, raised till our body sings a melody out of key. Strange fruit dangling from all forbidden trees. So that's my first piece. And my next piece is dedicated to those who have suffered narcissistic abuse. Oftentimes when you're in love with a narcissist, they'll try to convince you that you're nothing without them. And when they try to do that, read them this. This piece is called With or Without You. One way or another, I'm gonna have me a summer, as I no longer hunger for the grip of a savior, someone to go with, make less painful. Fact is, I'm a way maker. Trailblazer, I make cherry pie from cherry pits. No stranger, you know what my name is. If not, it's Lewis. Said with no list, pronounced greatness. I grow my own garden. I don't wait to get roses. I write my own beginning, spell check my ending. I'm a bad son with a gift. Don't count me out, because I'll write me in. My pen is magic. First draft of wish fulfillment. Final edits put me in billions. If I'm in a fight with a bear, you better pray for its children. I'm an ace slipped off my wrist. No trick, just master of the glitch. A martini with a twist. Dirty one olive. I'm a natural at this. Just axe the seasons. As I grip the axis and spin, leave the earth out of rotation and make the galaxies grin. So know that with or without you, I'm going to keep on living. Like every finish, a start, like an end has a new beginning. So if not together, one way or another.
Oh, fire! Luis.
Thank y'all for listening.
What?
Follow me, I'm on Instagram, Majesty1. All again.
That was so, yo, I mean, you must be turning dudes out too.
To be honest, not quite. It's slim pickings nowadays.
Your poems are just, oh my God. The imagery is just, I just love it. I just love
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Narcissist tip, that's very relevant. Very relevant. Very great to be talking about that and bringing those, articulating the vocabulary around that sickness and the emotions that are attached, because, we can't keep normalizing it. We have to definitely recognize it, call it out, and
Truth.
forward to live
Truth.
healthy lives. Thank you, Luis Pavón.
Always. Thank you.
Fuego en la 23, lo que hay. Ahora vamos to the classroom, ladies and gentlemen. Get out your notebooks, boys and girls. De eso somos.
Hello. How are you guys? You guys hear me?
Good. Profesor, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien, gracias. I have a good piece for you guys today, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. El primer México, first Mexico. It was early February. I had begun to pack for the hunting season. Burro Mountain Hunt area had opened up for depredation. I'd applied for the New Mexico Gaming Zone 23 and 24, just south of Silver City, New Mexico. Large deer numbers in Silver City, increased automobile deer collisions, damage to American lawnscapes and habitats, and direct conflict between residents and deer, and guess who wins out? The goal of this hunt is to reduce excessive deer numbers and to take down and to reduce conflict. I had pre-applied and gotten my E-tag and was ready to take down an 8-pointer. I had gone to Tepeyolot up north to Cojilon Peak and offered tobacco to ask for permission. I'd gone to the gullies by Trucha Peaks where the winds blow and made the ule or rubber offerings to the Hecate. The wind in the east, I went to Chicome Peak by Santa Clara Creek, Cihuatlampa, the region of the women, where I offered yautli, marigold incense, and I went to Tabertin Falls, the Manantiales, the waterfalls, the Sandia Crest, and made copal and mirth offerings to Tlaloc, the rain deity. Offered overnight water to Ilhuicamina, the night sky hunter, and clad fire to the earth. I approached the gullies of Lonely Mountain from Hurley, located on the eastern side of the mountain. As I climbed the faldas, the hillsides, and the early breath of morning, I spotted him. I thought he was an 8-pointer. Looking through my K3 Weber scope, anxiously trying to balance, I lining up the front and back lenses. I'd used the 243 and the 270 and the 308 Winchesters, but I finally fell into the 1906 design of the 30-06, the Browning bar with its semi-automatic function and 4-round capacity. I chambered a 165 grain round, good enough for a 200-pound animal. I was measuring my breath and lining up the sights to take down my prized trophy. I pulled the trigger and misfired. The recoil bounced back, and I remember that my grandfather had told me that I needed to take a hair and lay it between the hammer and the round to make the sign of the cross. This was the permission I needed to take the buck. As I fabulously fumbled to reload another round into the chamber, the buck pulled up on me. I fell back on the ground, hitting rock peaks all in the wrong places, and I had to calm myself from the prickly panic. I don't know how, but I could hear him talk. Maybe I hit my head and I imagined it all. He told me, "Hey, what you doing, stupid? You must be from Española." He looked me straight and said, "How many points do you see?" I was desperately trying to gain my eye coherence and trying to count the number of antler points. I blurted out 7. He said, "I'm not an 8-pointer, pendejo, and you don't have permission to take me." I was feeling like I was going to pass out again, and I heard they call me Chico Mesochi. I remember that my grandfather told me that he was a mythical character that sacrificed himself by throwing himself into the fire so that humanity could come into being, and that it leapt from the Itari, the sacred mat, into the heart of the mountain. and turned himself into the clouds, rained on the fields, and rose as corn from the ground. My grandfather said, that is why we're called masahuales, which means to be deserving. One day I'd asked my grandfather, what were we deserving of? He called to be called masahuales. He looked at me puzzled. Entiendo, mijo. We're deserving of all the sacrifices of our ancestors and the ones who came before, and we have an obligation to be deserving of all those that have sacrificed so we could be here. I was back staring into the deer's eyes. If you pass up on me, he said, I'll show you el primer Mexico, the first Mexico. I agreed, and I followed him down to the gully cliffs, and upon a rock face, he signed the cross with his antlers upon a rock face, and a future Mexico opened up where my 7 generations were laying out an altar for the family. I saw pictures of all my relatives. Some the deer said were my great-grandchildren, my abuelo Florentino and Bonifacia. Pictures of me in Aztec regalia dancing, copies of my poetry books. They were my favorite cempasúchil flowers, Mexican marigolds for the celebration of that. There was the cacophony of canciones and the pungent smell of copal incense. There was a deer mask laid out on the altar with candles. I stared for a while and I said, how is this the first Mexico? Shouldn't I be looking at something in the past? He looked at me and he said, pendejo. He said, this is primer Mexico for them.
Teso Somok. That was a masterpiece. That was like curanderismo, folklorico, I mean, aventura, ritual, healing, funny. I saw it all. Congratulations.
Good. Thank you all.
Increíble. Y eso es lo que me gusta a mí. Todo eso, todo eso. Pero aquí en Puerto Rico, rituals, you know, offerings of gratitude, you know. So important. It changes everything. And yes, and it makes you deserving of such amazing gifts. Speaking of amazing gifts, let's hear from Joshua Kernia.
Hey, La Bruja, how are you tonight?
Great. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Doing life. I got a new shit tonight.
All right.
Again, like last week, I just want to acknowledge the recent spike of assaults towards the Asian American community, not just in Atlanta yesterday, but today, actually, just a few blocks from me in San Francisco, and it's all over the news. There's another one towards an elderly lady. So I'm gonna keep using my poetry as a way for me to amplify my voice and to be heard. So this one is called The Mute Button. The mute button. I am on a stage. My background is my front set. What I see in front of me is my backstage. All eyes are on me, or at least I thought so. But why am I invisible? They're talking, yet I'm not in it. I don't belong. I'm tired pretending to pay attention, staring at the green dot aimlessly on my familiar pixels. Let me go incognito. My menial voice isn't important, silenced, small, hand-gagged. Let me mute myself. What a relief. Keeping my voice to myself, keeping my story untold, keeping my identity hidden, not seen, not heard. No need to worry the stares of judgment. No need to worry the uncomfortable questions of curiosity. I'm a camouflage melding into the background. Let me go further and turn myself off. removing my physicality, taking my presence away, distilling me into a facade, a mere static portrait, just listening, no talking, no participation, a third-class citizen. But soon I noticed more blank screens, less voice, more silence. And not long after, there is no voice. Everyone gives up, retracting into their own shells, punched, shot, and killed by the mute button. It is this time that I realize that one voice heard is better than 100 thoughts unspoken. That a moving mouth muted is no better than a static photograph. That pulling myself from conversations leads to more death of future ones, dreams, and what ifs. That shutting you off from my world means shutting myself from the potential of us. That I have a voice. I have a story to tell. I have a cause to fight. I have reasons to reason. Because no one can hear me when I am muted. I no longer want to be muted. It's time for me to be on stage. All eyes on me. All spotlights shine on me. Let me unmute. Thank you, guys.
Joshua, thank you. Wow, that was so powerful and so true. And thank you for your courage to use your voice. You know, this is what we do here. We strengthen our voice. This is our workout, you know. We dig deep,
Yeah.
learn, right? Like
Yeah.
to the power of it. It makes such a difference. And
Yes.
to be silent would mean nothing at all. But
Yeah, I
murder,
truly appreciate all of you guys and Nuyo and all this platform, and shout out to all the amazing people who have read before me and after me. And
thank
yeah.
you. Much love to you. Abraham Kamani, how are you doing? Last week, you know, he suffered a loss and he's with us today.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, you know. How you guys doing?
Good to see you. You were appreciating my comedy. I thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's very funny. So you guys can find me here on Instagram at Poetically Incorrect 562 and on Facebook at Poetically Incorrect. And since I didn't do erotica last week like I had planned on doing, I'm gonna do two pieces for you guys tonight. This first one is called A Brand New Fishnet, and I wrote this about 2 weeks ago. I have performed at other open mics, but not on this one. So, for most of the time, I am confined to watching the game from the sideline. My sweatsuit is dry, it hardly gets drenched until the coach tells me to get off the bench. Strip myself bare of my jersey and shorts when I step foot on your basketball courts. Be well prepared to have my balls double dribbled the second you start to blow my big whistle. Without passing my balls to any teammate, I travel along going on a fast break. Approaching your rim to hit that junk in the trunk, begging for me to please go up for the slam dunk. Jumping for joy without a defender to block my access to you in a race against the clock. I will quickly give you some very long shots from the free throw line to your favorite spots. Should I miss the first time, I would get a second chance, but I make it both times because my balls are in good hands. It is pleasing to my ears when you moan swish, while my balls stroke you smoothly just as you wish. Never getting tired of bouncing up and down your floor. I get carried away sometimes and come over your backboard. But believe me, when I finish, you will not regret how I dressed you up nicely in a brand new fishnet. And that was the first piece. And the second piece I wrote just last week, and it's called Solving Love's Pornographic Math Problems. Love may know me by my government name, but behind closed doors in our bedroom, she refers to me simply as Master Fuck, because that is the only word she can utter when my tongue and dick take turns going inside of her lovely pussy, giving her clit a soothing therapeutic massage before my Big Mac proceeds to be a double quarter pounder and mercilessly pound her Chips Ahoy cookie until every last chocolate chip melts on my dick. Love be like, fuck, you are the best lover I ever had. You make my orgasms have orgasms. Fuck, I've never been in bed with a man like you, the first to make me come heart shakes without breaking my heart. Fuck, I love you so much, I want to marry you and legally change my surname to Fuck. I told Love, I am poetically incorrect, but if I must make a small correction to your statement, it would be, I am the best fucker you ever had. The first and only man who would charge your pussy over and over again with aftershocks from my electrifying dick, unloading these nuts to shed light inside your dark hole, just so your bulging eyes can see with clear vision how much my cursed name has really been a blessing to your mouth and pussy, craving for yours truly, fuck. When my dick rises and shines every morning to make your super soaking red dreams from last night come true, beautifully blended with my semen in your melting pot. I would not have to ask Love to give a score of my dicktastically fucknificent performance on an erotic Richter scale from 1 to 10. Her multiple orgasms would speak for itself and say, fuck, I give you an XXX. Since you know your Roman numerals as good as you know how to live up to your name, fuck, by now you have easily solved all of my pornographic math problems in pieces.
Oh, wow. I just, all I gotta say is swish. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at swish. Abraham Kamani, damn. You went in, bro. You went in.
I had to.
You know, there was some concerns because we have a minor in the room again.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, but I think it's after 9 p.m. Anything goes. It's an open mic. We have poetic license. What can I tell you? I can't control the erotic passions of Abraham Kamani.
I didn't know that, man. Damn.
It's all good. Thank you for sharing. Abraham Kamani, you already know, let them know where to follow you before we go to Phil Midnight.
Right. Again, you guys can find me on Instagram at Poetically Incorrect 562 and on Facebook at Poetically Incorrect. Thank you guys again.
And you certainly were. Let's go. Let's see what's good with Phil Curtis, aka Midnight.
What's going on, LaBruja family?
Are you in your whip?
Yeah, I'm in the car. I'm in the car.
Don't be driving.
Nah.
Okay, good. Well, you're with us. Thank you so much. Tell me everything. What's going on?
You know what? I'm just gonna do one haiku tonight, appropriately so. The last name Curtis. Rest in peace, Uncle Fitzy. The tree dies with me.
My condolences. Rest in power. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you back. I'm gonna have a drink for him right now. Hennessy and sorrow. That's what we used to drink when I came back home last in 2019. Hennessy and sorrow with my uncle. So we good.
Salud, amigo. Mis pésames. Okay, wow. And now I don't know who I wasn't ready. Who is next after Phil? Blessing up with tradition for his uncle. So important to do that. The withdrawn Nicolas Correa. Yes. Asking to unmute. Oh, that says Nicole. Oh, shoot. The withdrawn. Sorry, there we go. You with your moms?
That's good. Yeah, that's my mom's, Nicole.
Good to see you. What's happening?
Good to see you. What's good? I'm feeling good. I'm performing my first time physically for a while this Saturday, and I'm so nervous but excited because my anxiety's been crazy. But God is here, so I'm
Oh,
good.
yes. Just, make sure to take sanitizing stuff with you. I've been going to open mics here and in Viejo San Juan on Tuesday nights in the flesh. It's been therapeutic. It's been really amazing. But then I walk away like, did I expose myself? But you already know.
Yeah.
We gotta risk it. We poets, we live for this.
It's our thing, man. It's our thing. Okay. I got two, one short piece and one medium piece. The first one is called 10 times out of 10, God wants what's best for you. Don't be afraid to ask God for what you want. Be bold in your prayers. But understand that you may not get it all or any of what is being asked. And that's okay. Sometimes what you think is best for you isn't what's best for you. Thank you. And now the second piece is called Letter to Tomorrow's Me. Child of God, your Father did not intend for you to live every day worried about yesterday, about today, about tomorrow. You know the practice of presence. So what has happened? I don't expect you to be present every second you get, but every chance you get. I know you have career concerns and what you want, and you want out of your current job so bad, but look at where you're at. You're blessed to have a job right now at a time where you could not. Your position is solid, even though you don't want it. This is but a season, and the leaves will change color soon. Snow will even show up, but your soul will always overcome. Look what happened when you did what they said, to let go and let God. Oh, the questions you had answered, all the worries that washed away. And letting go the pressure of what you want to do career-wise, the answer knocked at your door twice. In letting go the pressure of catching up on everyone else's music, you started creating your own instead. In letting go the pressure of expectations that normally exist in relationships, you found someone who looks at the mold and says she doesn't fit. Breathe more. Overanalyze less. Keep up with eating and obviously you're sleeping. Don't avoid full meals because that will not fuel your writing. Listen to your body and mind when they both yell out in exhaustion. You will always have time to write. If you don't get to do it tonight, that's all right. Don't let your love stress you. Let them bless you. No, you're not forced to feel anything you don't feel yet. You'll get there in due time. What's meant to happen will always be. There's no doubt about that. Don't wonder what other people may feel about you when you know deep down what your intentions are. Protect your energy, for you know leeches don't just live in water. Detach from everyone when you must. Continue to look up. Stay in gratitude. Inspire the world around you and let the world around you inspire you. Stay inspiring you. Push yourself, but also be aware of your limits. Love and appreciate yourself with no limit, because you are trying, you are doing, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Wow, truer words have never been spoken. The withdrawn, giving that sound, advice, and affirmations with such tenderness. Ah! You guys are on point tonight from the heart. The vibrations must be just so high.
Out there, it's out there. We got to put it out, man. We got to put it out.
Crazy. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow, that was so healing.
Thank you. Thank you.
The withdrawn. Whew. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. All right. I know there's concerns in the room about your erotica pieces, but you know, our young person knows that the risk of being in this room, and anything goes. It's all styles are welcome. So I cannot put a cap or limit on anybody in whatever. It is what it is. That's lame. It is what it is. Don't say that. Don't say that. Marissa Prada, where are you? Help me. Save
La
me.
Bruja! Welcome. Hello, beautiful. I've been missing you a little bit. This
So sweet.
you and your family have been on my heart, so I just want to let you know I was sending guardian angels to you guys. And Abraham too, and now Midnight. So so much love in this community. Thank you so much for having me. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. My poem tonight is titled To Give to the Light. Crawl into my womb so I can give birth to us, to a new day one for us, where there is no more wasted time without you. I cradle you inside my body because it brings the promise of tomorrow, of new life, new chances, new last first kisses. I scream in silence as you have swallowed my tongue, hijacked my breath, and all is still well with that, since I know the best kept secret, for you are locked in my body for life. Knock and knock and knock again, King. My taste awaits the moment you unlock my legs, needing serious separating, unrelenting, counting, always counting, outdoing orgasms, keep track on the back of lipstick napkins, all the ways I want to take you, fuck you, love you, man. Heavy is the head, but my mouth is made of steel, tongue of tungsten to sharpen your sword, sucking embolus of swear words that scream, fuck me, please. Get under my skin and inside all the parts that cry out for a conquering hero to rule with a sleight of magic hands. Slide inside me, plant and sow all I've never known of a man. Don't just become my skin, for I shed you daily and carry your scars of pain. Be my breath, since I need you to live, really live. Become every part of every cell of my body. Become my mouth so I can not only eat, but taste love. Be my bones so I resemble a woman and can hold you when the nights claw at your memories. Be my hair so you smell me on the breeze before you even know I am there. Be my ass so the only one to hurt me is gone. You only have the right to grab me, squeeze me, hang on for dear life. Be my nipples so I can feed sex beyond my body. Be my pussy so I remember what pleasure is. Be my heart so I can rely on you keeping me alive long after I'm gone. Do not just be my painted toes. Be the navy blue lace thong, long twisted so long around my feet, pulled down by your tongue, then rubbed by your dick, electric dick of electrons. Don't doubt your ability to douse the flames of my inferno vagina, clitoris calling for your crowning glory, sticky serenade scribbles of your name across my naked skin as you come when I call, this time, every time. I have so much love for you. Just so you know, I want to kiss you through the screen. I want to lick and circle and bite the fuck out of this computer screen just to get a taste of you in my imagination. As sharp as iron, nothing can cut me since I am the stone your blade sets upon. For I demand all of you, then love all of me, especially the broken bits. I brought Gorilla Glue and duct tape, fake nothing, and everything is yours, my love. No part of you I can't love back. As you brave the next day with me, whatever dreams may come, every day, every breath, every word out of my mouth or my pen, I want to be wherever you are.
Marissa Prada.
Come find me on Facebook, Marissa Prada, IG, Prada Painting and Poetry. Tomorrow night, we have a women's erotic it's not an open mic, a women's erotic poetry night, 14 features, 10 minutes each. It is going to be bananas at The Word Is Right, WRITE. Of course, every Saturday I have an open mic and a feature, and my publishing house is Red or Green Books, READ, and we are getting ready to do our ribbon cutting grand opening on Saturday. You'll meet the 10 poets we are launching, so come and take a look and check us out.
Wow, Marissa. I love the whole concept of, be my this, be my that. I wanted to be like, be my anus so we could talk shit all night.
Yes.
Thank
you, everyone. Much love.
Right? You want somebody you could talk shit with all night? I mean, is it me? Let's see. I want to talk shit with Paul. Con queso para los necios all night. Let's see what's good.
What's going on, bro?
What it be, what it do?
Just chilling, surviving.
Surviving or thriving?
Exactly. Trying to get these vaccines in though, so like life can resume, But yeah, I'm glad, I'm honored to be here and share the stage with so many dope people. I got a piece tonight that I just finished today, so I want to get to it because it's a little bit like my old shit. It's a little bit of an epic. So this is called Too Many Sides. Incels. A portmanteau of involuntary celibates are members of an online subculture who define themselves as unable to find romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one. Discussions in incel forums are often characterized by resentment, misogyny, misanthropy, self-pity and self-loathing, racism, a sense of entitlement to sex, and the endorsement of violence against sexually active people. Because of one man's misogyny, 8 murdered, 7 of which were women, 6 of which were Asian, There is no justification for these uniquely American misanthropes, neoconservative incel poster boys hiding behind fear, addiction, and entitlement as defenses for domestic terrorism. Robert Long is just the latest in a long line of descendants, from Patrick Crusius to Connor Betts, James Holmes to Nicholas Cruz, Dylan Klebold to Dylan Roof, and fuck the killing joke platitudes of all it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man to lunacy. These jesters are not human beings, but mouth-breathing anomalies of this damned nation of damnation, a bomb man nations capable of disgraceful things. Atlanta Police Captain Jay Baker said, yesterday was a really bad day for him. And this is what he did. Meaning on bad days, some white gunman can take 8 lives and expect to be commandeered peacefully. Yet the same APD tasered, shot, and murdered Rayshard Brooks for falling asleep in a Wendy's parking lot. And what's the discrepancy between Robert and Rayshard? Robert ran away from 2 murder scenes and yet was ran off the road and taken in with no bloodshed or clips emptied in back and shit. I've had more horrendous days than I can count on several appendages, and I never once considered mowing down rows of massage parlor patrons or innocent 6-year-olds. Adam Lanza was 20 years old when he carried out his nefarious tantrum, where rage toward his mother caused him to unload her .22 caliber rifle 4 times into her chest, solar plexus, and womb. Not long after, he'd head to Sandy Hook Elementary School to execute 6 educators, 20 first graders, and no one stopped to blame his hate for his mother. Their ire turned instead to video games, a genetic condition, his disposition as an Aspie on the spectrum, instead of seeing his nursing a septic case of superiority. Perhaps the genesis of this monstrous complex of gender supremacy stems from that biblical fall of innocence, spurned on by the mythical fib that Eve was conceived from Adam's rib. See, men have fed others these dulcet seeds, bearing mellifluous fantasies of being the favored sex, God's intended creation, made in his image, that women were only second thoughts figmented for hetero-male companionship. And missionary position sex for the sake of procreation. No wonder why such good Christian men prefer sitting in church where they can twist and pervert this allegorical temptation into this fable of the garden. It's plain to see Eve was never the cause of Eden's fall, when even the book itself states Adam was right there beside her and ate of it too. Fact is, Cain and Abel, their sons, carried out the first true original sin, murdering kin, but this man-on-man violence never seems to sustain the same burden of shame their mothers faced for plucking a fucking piece of fruit. And if these platitudes ring true, that all humans grew from paradise's 2 original occupants, then logic suggests that one of Adam's sons committed an even graver sin, because how could we get to this multi-billion populace without multifarious instances of incest? And I guess that's to say these sons of man happen to find their own daughter, mother, or sister to be such an unendurable temptation they laid with them, perhaps even raping them. Is that not what the scripture says? That this is the mission of man, to scatter and sow the seed, that sometimes you must crack a few ribs to propagate. And after it all, it must be her fault for tempting him. You know, when I was 10, my father, a good church-going Christian man, broke his second wife's wrist because she didn't want to hand over a note another man wrote to her. And due to this defiance, he felt he had no other recourse but to show her just how forceful a husband could be when he demands something. We men seem to think women owe us things, from a smile in the street to a requited hello or a call, a text, in some cases sex, or an explanation why they don't like us back, as if they don't have every reason in recent history to use as precedent. Like perhaps they have a mind or sex drive of their own, or God forbid they don't like dick, but all of us seem transfixed on the idea womankind must be broken if they won't show us attention. Men have long felt women owed them submission and deference, simply because all throughout time we have pretended to be the dominant sex. Truth be told, nothing man-made has ever been stronger than woman is. From womb to vagina lips, womanhood is never inflexible. She tears and repairs, bends and breaks and mends. She is creation itself, capable of delivering life and nurturing it. Sure as my mother and myriad other strong-ass women are the reason I am who I am today. Not any man, not any father, not the apostles Paul or John or Ringo Starr, not these wrist breakers of patriarchal society wanting to hold your hand before snapping it off to feed, because I am sick of matricide, femicide, genocide. The only folks capable of acting on all these deadly sides are those already dead inside. Perhaps it's time we look inward to see. The common denominator in these tragedies are men nursing grudges like artillery. Never once have you heard of a lone gun woman rampage, or a girl school shooter, a female fascist ruler, not because women lack the capacity. I mean, come on, we've all seen Snapped. but perhaps because they possess far too much empathy to ever displace their own self-hate for disdain of another gender or race, placing personal baggage into duffel bags of automatic weaponry. I suppose these roles must require boxes checked on Indeed that disqualifies all other leads, races, genders, and creeds. I mean, where's the variety in our garden variety psychopaths? Have they been so typecast that troubled young males are the only which need apply for positions of bloody reckoning? New age meninists radicalized online, the incel nation egging one another on, straight up sociopath, stoked by the flames of misogyny, misinformation, and male supremacy. Joining at the hip, QAnon, the far right, KKK, and any other boogeyman of the week, which replaces self-evaluation with scapegoating. This sect of America, which would rather have women go back to the kitchen and let husbands rape their wives anytime they see fit, convincing these perma virgins women owe them attention, that all massage parlors give happy endings out the back, especially if Asian women work there. America has many, many, many problems, mental health problems, gun problems, but amongst all these is a distinctly white male rage-fueled problem. Robert Long blamed his murderous rampage on temptation, misplacing the onus on the porn industry, on provocative women, on the working classes of those he targeted in his killing spree, for him to blame female laborers and sex workers for his temptation, to do what men have done all throughout creation, condemning others for their own drives and desires, along with monstrous things they do to go about fulfilling or denying those needs. It's why somehow rapists are serially under-sentenced and when the offender is privileged white male. It's why nearly each and every mass shooter who's white is taken in without a hair harmed on his head. It's why women's bodies are still regulated and threatened over reproductive rights and other women's issues men should have no claim to. Incels are a cancer. Male supremacy is a cancer. White supremacy is a cancer. And at this point in our history, we need to move beyond hashtags and platitudes of when is enough. It's been enough. Since this virus's rise, we've all seen the damning portrayals and blame shifting towards Asians, from the shit-stained lips of 45 echoed endlessly by his MAGA-minded maggots and devotees. It's only grown worse as rashes of attacks and hate crime have spread across the globe at pandemic rates. But this disease is uniquely American. Racism has been our plague far longer than any strain of novel coronavirus. We must protect all racial groups under attack. We must respect and fight for our women with the same vigor we do our civil liberties. We must stamp out institutions enabling and empowering hate acts and speech. We must figure out how to get people to fix the broken parts of themselves before the diseased fruit begins seeping into society. We mustn't let young men grow up believing women are to blame for their shortcomings. Women don't owe men anything. Not attention, not sex, not even life. Massage workers aren't tempting you. Sex workers aren't tempting you. Porn isn't tempting you. The only one who governs your body from your phallus to the hands that grip the guns you mistake for your dick is you. Stop spraying bullets and mistaking them for control. Stop filling others with holes solely over the idea thou art holier. No man holds the right to serve as judge and executioner. Get a fucking grip of yourself. Get help and stop using the world as your therapeutic shooting range, as your grounds for man-child tantruming. No minority group has ever been to blame. Women have never been to blame. Temptation isn't a physical state of being, it's a state of mind. Instead of seeking to eliminate those you blame for temptation, exterminate the part of yourself that deems itself worthy of taking life. Fuck your sexual frustration. Fight off your temptation to kill instead. If you can't rectify the difference between rehabilitation and reckoning, maybe you don't deserve the right to own, handle, or fire a gun. Murdering others over your lack of self-control. Shit, you reek of entitlement. America's moral compass is so past fucking broken, y'all. And doesn't it seem like it's always been? All I can say is these incels, these frustrated males should find themselves so very fucking fortunate that all those subjected to all their ills have only sought equality and not revenge. Mankind should count his lucky stars that his historical targets have never wanted their pound of flesh to repay the slaughter. Because if Eve's daughters and the fruit of their stems, whether Asian, Black, Latinx, woman, non-binary, or trans, ever once strive to fire back at them, I can assure you, there would be no frustrated, tempted, troubled incels or young white males left on earth to rage.
Paul con queso. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you are a professor and a teacher because you are a genius, bro.
Thanks, bro. I just wanted to give love out there to everybody who is under fire right now, the Asian community, women, and I just want to stand with everybody because fuck fuck white domestic terrorists. Fuck white domestic terrorism.
And
Fuck the incels.
the enabling of it, the rhetoric around it to
Yeah.
just use it is just so appalling. And absolutely, it's part of it's what America is founded on, and it's just enough. But
We're gonna break away. We're gonna decolonize the whole fucking place and
fucking
take it apart. Yeah.
I want you to know that was fucking genius.
Thanks, bro. I love y'all. Y'all can follow me at so on Instagram. All right. Love y'all.
Con queso para los necios. Un beso. That's how you fucking do it. Jeff Cottrell coming up. Let's see if he has that pink thing on his couch because I ribbed him.
Oh, yeah. Pink thing. Everybody loves the pink thing.
What's up, Jeff? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Another labyrinth of a mind. What are you pulling out of the hat tonight?
Okay, I got new shit here.
New shit? Damn, everybody's on fire on the creative tip. Take it away.
Okay, this is called Deathbed Regrets. Come closer, my family. Lean closer to my bed. I can feel my spirit leaving me in these final moments, and I don't have the strength left to speak any louder. I've lived a long, long life, and I'm cursed with 3/4 of a century in memories. And this is supposed to be the time when I reveal all my final confessions and regrets. If there is a God, he knows I've spent a lot of time with you all, watching you grow up, supporting your dreams and ambitions, sharing your laughter and pain. I've been very close to all of my loved ones, but of course I have deep regrets, and it fills me with such sorrow to imagine how much more time I could have spent at the office. Think of it. Think of the productivity I've squandered. My eyes overflow with tears when I imagine how much more profitable the company would have been if I just applied myself more. The expenses we could have cut, the efficiencies we could have achieved, those late night hours I could have spent shut up in my cubicle with those files and papers and spreadsheets, those evenings wasted, now gone forever. All the brown nosing and ass kissing that I never, ever did. Think of the titles I never earned, the promotions that could have been mine that I never got because I just didn't have the courage to conform to corporate culture more. Dear God, all those lost networking opportunities, all those business cards I never handed out, the fingers I never crushed with hard handshakes. I could have worked my way up to president or CEO. I've always wondered what it must be like to feel that stress, that high blood pressure. Can you believe I've never had a single ulcer? Where have my priorities lain all this time? And think of all the money I could have made. They say you can't take it with you, but that's exactly why I would have spent it all like a madman. Think of the cars I could have bought, not for you and any of you, I mean all for me. Think of all the houses I could have owned, here, abroad, enormous, ostentatious summer homes, most of which I never would have had time to visit. Think of all the paintings and statues I could have bought and stored in these homes and barely even looked at. Imagine all the servants I could have abused. I've often wondered, what is it like to fire someone? To berate and humiliate a staff member in front of guests? How does that feel? I'll never know now. And think about all the mistresses I've never had, the high-end escorts I've never rented, the diseases I never caught, all the right-wing politicians for whom I could have voted, all the taxes I could have avoided paying just by lying and cheating. What a big hole that leaves. But the biggest regret I have, the one thing that makes me wish I could take it all back and start over. Why the hell didn't I play more golf? Think of it, all those golf matches that never happened. Those tee-offs, those sand traps, those lazy cart rides to the next stroke. I could have gotten more holes in one. I could have got more. If I hadn't gone to all your damn school plays and graduations, I threw away so much time, you have no idea. I didn't golf enough. Why did I take that cooking class? That's 10 more golf games right there. and Cousin Mina's wedding. Skipping that would have given me 2 more games, at least 1. I could have golfed more, and I didn't. What a tragedy. You know what? I'm starting to feel better now. I'm not dying anymore. Get out of my way, you freeloading shitbags. I'm going out to play some golf. I'm going to start revising my will, too. You want to inherit something, kids? Better start sucking up to me good. You can start off by looking up an escort agency and renting Daddy a nice blonde for his birthday. What? I know my birthday's not until July, but in a way, every day's my birthday from now on, suckers. Toodles. Deathbed Regrets, that was called.
Woo! That was brilliant. Jeff Cottrell, the satire is sick. So dope. Let them know where to follow you, Jeff Cottrell. That was great. New shit piping hot.
I can be followed at jeffcottrell.com and on Twitter and Facebook. And tomorrow morning, I've got a thing. Look up Nout But Verse. It's the poet from Leeds, England, Hannah Stone, is interviewing me over Zoom. So I'm going to be talking about satire and poetry versus prose and performing a few pieces. And I'll put the info in the chat about that.
Great. Congratulations and well deserved. Much light and shine to your artistry, Jeff. Thank you.
Cheers.
Wow. All right. Now let's see how hot it gets with Edward the Fireman Foreman.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hope everyone had a fantastic night, and thank you, a wonderful host for the welcome. The only, yeah, woo. Before I begin, I need to say this. My deep condolences, my heartfelt wishes goes out to the Asian women that have been taken from us by some ignorant bigot. I hope they rest in peace. Okay, I have some new shit, and this is called Sexual Chemistry. Massage me gently along every single detail. Kiss and hold me, baby, that's it. Let's get lost in this sensational haze. A flow of feelings that keeps us dazed, dancing in patterns neither of us can speak, until after we bang that magnificent peak, we pant in fulfillment, both blast away by the flame we spawn like a fire hitting hay. Together we create something so good. When our eyes first met, we completely understood. A matter of belief, we simply knew that coming together like paper and glue, both you and I are satisfied, out of breath, basking in pink haze, engulfing an orgastic release. Thank you. Yeah, I have one more if you want. Okay, this is actually from this is called Shamrock Rocks. St. Patrick's Day is absolutely green, greener than shamrock or green beans. You can see it in me or in everywhere. Green is everywhere, so why not share? Irish tune, they whistle and sing as proud like queens and kings, eating and drinking without end, celebrating with your family and friends. Pass me some tasty potatoes. I smell them against my nose. No matter baked, roasted, or fried, I'm eating it with Irish pride. I've been blessed with Irish spirit in this green merry pit, celebrating, I forget. The booze can really hit. The next day I remember, as my hangovers goes timber, St. Patrick's Day is about a saint. Hopefully you can tell me how to wash away paint. Thank you.
Nice. Eddie Foreman, thank you for that.
Thank you. You are always potastic, Le Bruja.
Thank you. You know, I took a DNA and learned that I had a small percent of Irish blood, and I posted that in my Instagram at La Bruja NYC if you're not following me. And then I got some hatred behind that. Like somebody tried to shame me, because I'm Puerto Rican and I'm like claiming what I've learned and shining love to the Irish culture and community, and I just had to set shit straight.
Man, haters gonna hate, right?
But just like Joshua said, is like you gotta address it, and I did, and I leave it there for anybody else that wants to see. Don't come for me. Don't come for me with no. That shit ain't the move. It's
beautiful and deadly. What a great combination.
Thank you, Eddie Foreman. It's all about love. And speaking of love, let's see what's good with Rosalind.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, La Bruja. How are you?
I'm good. You look lovely. What is that, velvet?
Ah, a little something, son.
I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have new shit. This is called Brain, Voice, and Tongue. I'm convinced that my vocal cords formed right after my heartbeat at the same time as my lungs. A natural born advocate, all brain, voice, and tongue. It all stemmed from keeping emotions and opinions bottled up, silenced and sometimes shunned. Recipe to a ticking time bomb, leading to my most favorite catastrophe, my ability to speak without apology. For as long as I could remember, justice has been the dream. Speaking for those whose voices are muted, for reasons beyond their control, being stripped of their rights, considered a body but never a soul. And I can change that with an introduction, a plan, and a microphone. Introvert, shy, reserved, all descriptions that reach their expiration date. Now I advocate for the underserved, the seen but not heard, their chance at freedom clothed in a black robe holding a gavel, and my voice, their only hope, vocal cords stronger than the shackles that keep many cemented in place, ball and chain, trying to help them escape. I'll stop fighting when Lady Liberty puts down her torch and her arm grows tired of symbolizing what should have been, but never really was, in hopes that someday we will really be the land of the free. End poem.
Roz, that was so beautiful. Vocal cords stronger than the chains. Oh, the shackles. Oh, yes.
Thank you guys. If you don't already follow me, it's Through Her Big Brown Eyes on IG, also through her big brown eyes.com. I have updated my website. I've written so much that I have to continue to upload stuff, but thank you guys for the platform and the opportunity to be here tonight. I love you all.
Love you. Wow, delivering the goods. Thank you so
I had
much.
to remind myself why I do what I do. Somebody got on my nerves at work, so I had to bring it back home, you know, and remind myself why I put up with some stuff. So this was it.
Good for you.
Thank
You
you.
already, you're becoming, a master of taking negativity and transforming it into light.
That's the goal.
You got that. You do
I
that.
love y'all.
Woo! Beautiful, Rosalind Diaz. Okay, and speaking of beautiful, let's go all the way to India and listen to Unmesh Mohitkar.
Hello, La Bruja. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So let's start. So the first one is a short one. Disingenuous me, learned science, maths from scholars, learned science, maths from scholars, and spectacularly failed in love. And spectacularly failed in love. That was the first one. Second one, tired of fights, one-upmanship, tit for tat, blood for blood. What is in it for me? Everybody gets wet when it rains. Floods of emotions spare no one. Battered, bruised, pounded. I fight my own battles. Refuse to be part of the herd of the cattle. Left my herd long back. Now alone, abandoned, deserted. Little wobble, slight totter. Still see the horizon, stunning vistas, lovely sights, alluring morning, dazzling evening. I get up, get going. History might not mention me, but this story is mine, and this world is mine. That was the second one. This is the third one. Thank you, thank you. World in flames. I was ice cold. People died. I looked the other way. Loot and rape, not a news. I adopted the new normal. Hiding in my cocoon like a raccoon, ignorant fool engulfed in fire, ignoring the blaze. Fire killed me. Fire killed me. Soul did not suffer. It was dead long before. The soul did not suffer. Dead long before. That was the second one. And this is the last one, a very short one. Obstacles, failures, breakdown, stumbling, falling, rising, falling again. Deepens my love story with myself. Deepens my love story with myself. Thank you, thank you.
Yes, it deepens my love story with myself. That's beautiful. Thank you, Unmesh.
Thank you.
Your energy is palpable.
Thanks. You can follow me on Unmesh Mohitkar, Unmesh Mohitkar on Instagram and Facebook, Mohitkar Unmesh on Twitter. I got my book Light Shadow Life on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's doing very well. Thank you.
Beautiful. Do your neighbors, do you have neighbors like close? Do they know? They must hear you. Do they ever say?
Yeah, they complain a lot. I say it's inspirational, motivational. You should take some motivation from me in the morning, 6 o'clock.
They are missing out, but we're not. We get to be blessed. Thank you so much for being part of our poetic family.
Thanks.
Okay, and speaking of poetic family, let's hear from Queen Thunderlung herself, Ray Jane.
What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. Great to see you.
Likewise, Queen. Likewise. Y'all go get Unmesh's book. Okay, I got mine. So go get yours. Okay. All right, boom. So let's get into it. So I got some new shit. New shit. So this one is called Starve Them. You cannot feed the ravenous. No matter what you concoct, they'll co-opt your intentions, consume your energy, and prepare you a paradox. One wonders aloud, why haven't I stopped? When continuing to glow, this light just might kill my sun and drench me in night. But I fight, dragging heart through the scraps they leave left in pursuit of purpose that feels persistently right, even out of sight. The ungrateful challenge the mind, implore genius to uncrown poor conception, making fat out of what is unfounded, unsteady. Though buried, I can't feel the ground when power saps claim my vote can't be counted. The wicked turning prodigy into dumbfounded, but brilliance can't be bounded and God's discernment can't be clouded, though narcissists will insist that your perspective is bullshit. You can give the whole sky and all its kids, they'll light the path, then push you into the ditches they dig, but God's children morph into sieves. Get competitive with our demand to live, rejecting your pride, pies, Pied Pipering your lies toward the truth we proclaiming on high. We turning off our stoves instead, ingesting fools with fire as we mature. Light bearers learn how to make malintent manure, transforming our terrariums, wetting hate's earth. We become aquariums, reclaim all energy to our dirt, emerging with churning seasons to spew love in spores, till it's so contagious it kills their wars. We collect from their wreckage the black wealth, reanimating our corpses' cores, peace stolen from their fathers and their fours, unlooping the ropes of our lynchings, recoding the skin to bones. We unflinching yell from deep diaphragm and through dimensions, those they take and cared not to mention. Our ancestors bang our snares. They drum, they demand, pulling back open hands, stop watering destructive stems, pruning ourselves to heal. We must starve them. Thank you.
Woo! Fire! Fire new shit. Ray Jane. Wow. Yo, the wisdom is on fleek tonight. Everybody is on their highest, like, evolved self. Wow. I mean, you know, you're a genius and brilliant.
Hey, I appreciate you. That's big blessings coming from you. I thank all of you for allowing me to share your space and share your energy. If you'd like to get any more of that energy, you can follow me on Instagram or It's Ray Jane. And you can find all my content on itsrayjane.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Much love to you. You already know how I feel about you.
Love you.
Love you too. Catman Bill, you gotta follow that, but I know it'll be a thrill because you bring your guitar and your little vodka and your kitty cats and your beautiful heart.
I have my pussycats around me, but no guitar tonight. I'm going to get a little risque here, and some things might, maybe nothing will work, but we'll give it a go. So, I don't know if everybody saw the Grammys. I saw the Grammys. I was shocked when I saw Billie Eilish without green hair. She's a blonde now. Can you imagine that? I was just getting into that lush green hair of hers. And I had begun thinking, I wonder if her pussy hair was green. But anyway, she's no longer green, and I have to move on to other things. I don't mean it in a defensive way, but I like pussy, and I don't want to be silent about it anymore. I'm tired of being ashamed of being straight. I was at a friend of mine's, Raymond's all-gay party once. I felt so self-conscious when looking over at a woman. And, but, I enjoyed myself that night. Last week, La Bruja asked me about Linmore, one of my cats. Do you remember? And I told La Bruja and everybody else that Linmore once peed on me while I was reading in bed. And you know something? It didn't feel that bad. And even though I realized at that sparkling moment that I had something in common with Donald Trump, but and I remember Donald Trump's first press conference when he screamed and said, "I'm a germaphobe. That couldn't have happened." But Donald Trump, urine is an astringent. And so he was obviously mistaken when he thought that pee was going to, infect him with something. And by the way, I just so happened to have my book with me, and that was one of my first stories was his first press conference. And if anybody is so interested in purchasing, I do still have some available, and I will send it out without shipping charges, and I'll take it back if anyone doesn't like it. Enough for my advertisement. So Catholic punishment. I went to Catholic school. I have a Jewish last name, and my mother wanted me to go to Catholic school. And I was always getting in trouble with the nuns, the Sisters of Mercy. But I had one lay teacher named Mrs. Hennigan in 4th grade. And she caught me talking in class one day. She asked me to come up to her desk. I did. And she moved her chair back and she told me to crawl under her desk. And I did. And this is a fact. So now I'm in the dark. I'm looking up at her fat legs opening and closing. And I said, I'm in Catholic school. I just got punished and I went to heaven because I hadn't been this close to vagina since mommyhood. And I thought, well, what would happen if I reached up and touched it? What could she do? Scream? Could she pretend I didn't touch it? Which again, I would probably touch it some more. Or could she call up the principal, Father Emmeline? Well, this part didn't actually happen. But so she calls up the principal and says, Father, Billy Katz just touched my pussy. What should I do about it? And he said, well, Mrs. Hennigan, how did Billy Katz get to touch your pussy? And she said, because I put him under my desk. And he paused a moment and says, well, you march Billy Katz right down to my office right now so I can put him under my desk. That doesn't go over well with any religious people. I once asked a whole Baptist audience, they were West Indians. I said, are there any Catholics in the audience? And no one raised their hands. So I told the story, not a word. And they were showing solidarity with the Catholics, and I bombed out that evening. Anyways, I'm looking at my time, and I'm done. I had more stuff, but maybe I'll save it for next week. Thank you so much, Petey.
Yo, Catman Bill got with these edgy jokes that I'm all for it. All that crude, crazy stuff that does not offend me, but I know people do get offended, but I was with it. Thank you, Catman Bill, for the laughs.
Thank you.
Got sent to the office to get into under his desk. Ew, that's fucked up. That's just fucked up. All right, let's see what Thomas Connor brings. Thomas Connor was chatting me up, he's saying what joke? What happened? What joke did I say that was stupid? Tell me, because
I'll tell you later.
Oh, that means you agreed with whatever I said, and you don't.
Yo, don't be blowing up my spot, yo.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. So this one is new shit. I just wrote it actually earlier today. So here it goes. When we press for freedom, violence follows. Ingesting pain, no analgesic to swallow. The quality of our equality equals inequity. Our voices suppressed by death, rifled by hollow hate. Our fate sealed by our shade. Slowly our existence subsides. Wasps invoke the name of Jesus Lebec. That ship that shifted our future. That hate boat of death, terrifying and new. Now laced in red, white, and blue. Searing itself into the canvas of our history. Their whips tainted our consciousness. Their boats sinking us into that sunken place. Our future beckons on the brink of extinction. Yet that's impossible. We are eternal, imperishable. Original man, the center of the universe. So check your mathematics. Arm, leg, arm, head. We are God's body. Pure divinity, invincible, infallible to your hate. Peace.
Ooh, Thomas Connor with that earlier in the day new shit fire.
Thank you. You could find me on Facebook as Thomas Connor and TAC7371 at Instagram. Peace, y'all.
I'm gonna be looking in the chat. I want to know. Bill Elkins, let's unmute. This is one man I can count on to having this.
Hi, LaBruja. How are you?
I'm well.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Elkins from Long Beach, California, and I'd like to do an original that I wrote probably about 15 years ago. It's entitled "On the Streets of Chicago." Hope you like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You and I, we are lovers. You and I, best friend. We tread water in our stormy psychosexual sea. We hurt each other deeply. Our egos running rampant again. We desperately seek refuge in deception, but strip each other naked, naked with candor once again. Wistful memories of sweet affection, enshrouded by tears. We heal each other through our tender touch and embrace. Resplendent one, you illuminate me. Yes, you light up my life. But we still seek refuge in deception, and strip each other naked with candor once again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Walking hand in hand along the magnificent mile, exchanging endearing glances as we stroll along the water tower. We laugh at our distorted reflection at Millennium Park, and strip while pedal boating at Lincoln Park Lagoon. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a warm summer Lake Michigan night. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a bright summer Lincoln Park day. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago, cruising along the Gold Coast on a sunny Midwestern day. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. You and I, we are lovers. You and I, best friend. We flounder in our stormy psychosexual sea. Does familiarity invite deception? It is said it breeds contempt. Our relationship ebbs and flows like the waves in Lake Michigan. It's the natural order of things in this life. Must the laws of love follow those of nature? This is how we are together. Sometimes love and trust just aren't enough. Are we like Orpheus and Eurydice? Mythic lovers who meet a tragic end. We endeavor to carry on and love with passion. But the ebb tides of familiarity and contempt just get in the way. Thank you.
Wow. I had to screwed up. That was an oldie but goodie. Love it.
Oldie but goodie, yes.
Thank you for bringing that.
2008.
Lovely. And we all love Chicago, man. The Windy City, baby.
Great city. Great city.
I love Chicago. And there's a huge Puerto Rican revolutionary like energy and movement over there. And so thank you, Bill, for taking me to Chicago. Now
You're welcome.
let's see where Joski C takes us.
Hola, Bruja.
Joski!
Hey, it's really good to see you. I've got a little bit of poetry.
You
A little
doing
bit of poetry and a song for you.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you. Spring break redefined, guaranteed to break your mind, COVID souvenir. It just takes a cough. Economy's a coffin. You are essential. Uh-oh, lost my list. Where do they aim their hate today? At blacks, Latinx, Asians, immigrants, women, LGBTQ? Hatred spews from eyes and tongues, from screens and guns, from ignorance. Where do they aim their hate today? Tonight I sing for Daphne. Is the guitar coming through? Be free, Daphne Lee. Be free. Be free, Daphne Lee. Be free. Cut the ropes that tie you down. Fly away from this old town. Life is moving on, Daphne Lee. They wouldn't let you be, Daphne Lee. They look, but they don't see, Daphne Lee. You didn't fit inside their box. They tried with all their crazy locks to keep you from yourself, Daphne Lee. Oh, 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 oh. Be free, Daphne Lee. Be free. Be free, Daphne Lee. Be free. There's no time to say goodbye. Spread your wings now, you can fly. We love you, so we cry. Daphne Lee.
Beautiful. Bless the spirit of Daphne Lee.
Thank you, Bruja.
And where did they point their guns or their hatred at today? Wow, that was beautiful too.
Thank you so much. Thank you
You're,
so much.
you're a
I'm just,
powerhouse. You know that, right, Joski C?
I love you, Bruja, I gotta say.
Thank you so much. I love you. You and your beautiful wife, the two of you are just, you're just, so you emanate so much love, and I'm just grateful, grateful, grateful. Thank you for your beautiful music, and you know, my heart always goes to you.
Thank you, my sister, and love to all.
Joski C. Now let's see what's good with Sarah. We're not going to be able to get into a waiting list. We're already almost to the 11 o'clock mark, and we still got some peoples to go. But hello, Sarah.
How are you?
Great to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'm about to bring some spice, so I hope that's okay with everybody. I wrote this today, so it's new. Haven't read it out loud before, so we're just gonna see how this goes. It is called The Pleasure Purse. If I put a Bergdorf's between my thighs, would you slide inside as often as you ride into the city to find your next piece of eye-catching clothing or style accessories? Would you make returns and exchanges so often they recognize you before you can push in to enter the revolving door, making your second home the sales floor? Don't mind me while I meticulously train the store of my pelvic floor how to properly ring you up. Fuck, wear me on your fingers like the ring you just bought. Change of thought, you are the dime piece my register mistakenly spits out when you swipe your card and the purchase comes out even. She drips in coins believing you'd actually consider carrying cash. Let me be the exact total buried between the sewing seams of your pocketbook. I promise no matter how often you desire some change, I'll never clink or clash. When you're with me, it won't matter what color you choose to wear because what I see is an opening sale. There, your clothes are always 100% off. I mark the price down each time you come to town, hoping you'll head below the avenue and have some lunch at the intersection of cherry and midsection. The cake I make waits on your plate to be freshly frosted upon arrival. It is deliciously filled with my berry icing and it will swirl in your mouth as you chew. After you do, you can go back to complete your shopping trip. Don't forget to insert your chip and grab the receipt. Don't be alarmed. The doors will continue to beep as you exit, but you have an armed guard. So please don't wait too long before you decide to come again.
Ooh, Sarah, you read homeboy. What? Yo, and you thought that was like too much? That was
No, I don't know. I was
Yeah, you're very, I mean, you okay, let me be transparent. Sarah was concerned because Nisa is up next and Nisa is, the juvenile of the group. And she was concerned about that poem. That was dope.
Thank you.
About, how some people are just, they want things like, this whole concept of like money and commercial needs of fucking ridiculousness. And you read him, you were like, yeah, take that. Are you working on a collection?
I think I'm gonna have to because I'm starting to write a lot more spicy stuff than I used to, and they're all just kind of sitting on my computer. So I might put them all together.
All out. Get all them spice and make your spice rack. Call it a spice rack, and that's
Oh, yes.
Mwah. Thank you for sharing. Let them
you
know where to follow you, and then we're gonna go to Nisa.
Yeah, my poetry Instagram is at Sarah Aaron the Poet. And as always, all of my info is also on my website, which is www.sarahaaronauthor.com.
Thank you. Ooh, keeping it spicy. Now I want to know what Nisa has to say about all of this. Hello, Nisa.
Hi. So before I start, I don't care about your sex stuff. I'm 12, not 5. But keep your cooties away from me.
Nisa, you are sharp, man. Let me tell you. Very sharp. Take it away, Nisa. Tiabji. Did I say it right? Tiabji?
Yes.
Beautiful. She's like, I'm 12, not 5.
So this quarantine, I got a dog. His name is Bandit, and he's a good dog. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's the best thing that ever happened to me. Not because he's nice. I mean, Just the other day, he was stealing my chicken nuggets off the table. No, because he's just hilarious. When we play with him, we hold his favorite squeaky toy over his head and he tries to jump for it. He jumps so high and lands so poorly. I don't know how he hasn't gotten seriously hurt. For someone with 4 legs, he does not have the coordination. One time he put his leg up to pee and then just fell over. He's not a dog anymore. No. He's a legitimate blob. When I first got him, he was around 45-ish pounds. And he gained 10 pounds in the first month that we got him. That is insane. When he lies down, there is a pool of fat around him. You could drown in that. It's gotten to a point when random ass neighbors have been pointing out how fat he is. But they want to be polite, so they're saying all these euphemisms. Oh, he's gotten so comfortable. He's finally found a home. Just say he's fat. I know he's fat. You know he's fat. We both know he's fat. And yet, with all this weight, he has incredible strength. For example, one day I was taking Bandit on a walk and he saw a squirrel. Squirrels are one of the many animals he just does not like. So Bandit, being Bandit, goes over and tries to go maul the squirrel. So the squirrel sees this enraged dog coming at him and runs up the tree. And Bandit is pulling hard. I can barely hold on to him. All the circulation to my hand is getting cut off. I'm getting seriously rope burned. And so I think, wow, wouldn't it be a great idea to try and sit down, therefore more weight instead of when I'm standing? Yeah, no. That didn't work. Basically what happened is I was mid-sit. He starts pulling even harder. I'm getting dragged across the grass like I weigh nothing. I weigh 23 pounds more than him. At this point, I've given up. I'm being dragged across the mud like a rag doll, face planted into the grass. I am soaking wet, and there are grass stains on my shirt that are never coming off. Bandit is growling at the squirrel, sounding like he's just aggressively sipping a straw while trying to climb up the tree. Except he climbs like there's cartoon logic, only occasional gravity, and often falling on his face. At this point, I've let go of the leash. I am dying of laughter in the grass. And if you think that is insane, you should see him on his other walks. He's a very protective dog. That is just what his breed is. He is so protective, in fact, whenever we pass by one of those storm drains, he starts checking it for Pennywise. He will spend 10 minutes making sure there is not a murderous clown beneath us, and I am not mad about it. He will start barking when people come near. Maybe he thinks they're just murderous clowns without makeup. I don't know. But because of that, we've had multiple people telling us Bandit just shouldn't be here while we're on walks. I mean, where are we supposed to go? Would you tell someone's crying baby on a plane that they just shouldn't be here? What do you want the mother to do? Just yeet us to the fetus. Another thing he does is weird faces. He looks like he has a triple chin sometimes. He will regularly roll his eyes at me like some edgy teen. And when he's tired, he will deflate on the couch like a sad, wrinkly balloon. Thank you for listening. Now I'm going to go bury that poor dead squirrel.
Oh my God, Nisa, you're amazing. You are so sharp and entertaining and witty and bright. And I just love it. And we do share our love for our little pets. This is Pinky. Pinky Promise Chardonnay. And I call her Chardonnay not because she drinks wine, but because she rips things to shards. People want to be funny like she's pulled me on a leash. I saw that withdrawn. I see you. But Pinky, don't get it twisted. Pinky has lost one fang defending me out here in Puerto Rico. She would give her life for me. And that's why I just love dogs, because of their loyalty and their capacity to love. Nisa, I like you, Nisa.
Thank you.
My kind of girl. Pinky Promise all the way. Bye.
Bye.
Smart and man, you are sharp and theatrical and funny. I see you going places far, like the galaxy behind you. Okay. So let's see what's good with Ron Thompson.
Hey, Labora, good to see you on a first day here. It's my therapy session that I need every Mondays and Thursdays. So glad to be here with everyone. And I'm a little sad we didn't get to the waiting list, though, but
You know what it is? It's that I've been on 3, this is my 3rd Zoom, and I really, and I need to eat.
well,
I'm sorry, but at
That-
least we're seeing you.
Thank you. Well, then let me quickly hurry up so at least we can get to, I think there's 1 or 2 more after me. So here's my 2.5-minute piece. And it's titled Green. And I wrote it yesterday. So unlike the people that wrote it today, sorry, it's a day old. I apologize. Okay, here it is. I see green almost everywhere. It's a color which is not that rare. For just a minute, I escape from lockdown. Green will soon again be all over town. Thank God the grass survived the winter blanket. Green will remain on earth, even in transit. Trees soon will put on their green covers, provide some shade in the park for lovers. Lately, I haven't seen much green in my wallet, though the stimulus added a bit of a droplet. Sometimes I stop myself being green with envy because everyone is going through the same frenzy. The pandemic has been hard on everyone. And remember, we are still not yet done. In the meantime, though, hate should be cut out. This is absolutely not what our country is about. White, black, purple, brown, red, yellow. Can't we eliminate the terror on our fellow? Green should unite us all, a color of hope. It should cleanse us all, just like soap. Green are also the vegetables I should eat. I shouldn't even be looking at meat. Green may be the color of poop after eating healthy food, but it should put me in a good mood. I have faith the planet will become green after the rain. It will save us from all that current pain. And even though St. Patrick's greenery was canceled for the 2nd year in a row, I have faith the parades will be back next year to flow. So let us be green for as long as it takes. Please let progress not put on the brakes. Once again, I hope my silly poem made you smile tonight. I hope it lifted your spirit and shined your light bright. Until we can unite again, I'll continue to see you here in Zoom, though I wish I had actual green here today in my room. Be kind, be nice, be green, I say. Wishing you all a belated happy St. Patrick's Day. The end.
Woo! Super sweet. Ron M. Thompson, you always bring such kindness and tenderness and bright, just, I wanted to say about the color green, actually, in meditation and your chakras and your energy, green is the color of the heart chakra. So green is actually the color of love.
I did not know that. That's good to know. Wow.
A lot of people think it's red because we always paint the heart red but it's actually green. So thank you for spreading the love, Ron.
Already green. You're welcome, Labroa.
And may you get more green in your pocket, boom.
Yes, exactly. Patience. It'll come eventually.
It will. You just remember, just think abundance and feel abundant, and it'll come.
Thank you.
Okay, now for our final performance of the evening, we're gonna go with Nightcrawler.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, how are you?
I'm chilling.
Good.
So I got one piece, a little backstory to this piece too. So I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and one thing I really, really love about this venue is it's a safe space for people to be able to just speak their minds, and it's just great. It's just very, very wonderful. And I just remember, like, when I was growing up in a poetry scene in Jacksonville, we didn't really have too much of that. It was more along the lines of if you had a poetry venue, you may have the host didn't like a certain poet. They never got a chance to get on. And you could be the first poet in the venue and it would still be like you would never get on. And it was just crazy because say you have somebody that really just came to see you. They came to see you and they're like, okay, when are you going to go on? And when are you going to come to spit? They bring people and, they order food and they just want to hear you out of everybody. And you can't really tell when you're going to go on because you're not going to go on, but you don't want to say why you can't go on, right? And the crowd, as it gets later, the crowd, they have to go to work in the morning. They're tired or something. And then, they never get to hear you. And you just felt kind of bad about that. And you could have lost a fan, and that's just how it used to be, right? So I wrote a poem about it in my city and it's called The List, right? And the people like at the venues, they didn't like it, but the poets and the crowd, they did. And it really sparked something in the city, which was pretty cool, right? So here it goes. I wish someone would be honest with me. Seriously. I mean, my feelings won't be hurt or nothing. But this is damn ridiculous. There's only one venue in the city where the nightcrawler can spit. The people, yeah, they feeling me as much as the next man or woman anyway. Even the so-called featured poets seem to recognize real when they see it. So why am I being blacklisted by every venue like I'm the one and only leper of spoken word, like I'm the one and only AIDS victim of poetry? Everybody else clean as hell, as if they all got a clean bill of health. Everybody else is encouraged to share their soul. They telling me, hey, yo, keep that yourself. See, it all started with the list. And it's not like the 10 Commandments, it ain't written in stone or nothing, which means the list can easily be switched. I'm the first dude at the venue, but I'm like the 45th person to spit. After all the sexy girls have left the venue because they tired and they got something to do. And now here I am with a book full of lust poems, but I'm in a venue full of nothing but dudes. This is getting damn ridiculous. I mean, why people keep playing me like this? I mean, people from out of town be like, yo, Crawler, you spitting some real shit. And even people locally, they be like, yo, when the next time you gonna spit? And I really couldn't tell them because it got to be one without a list. It's the only venue I could go to where I'm guaranteed a chance to spit. I mean, I don't want to get cut from the mic or something, but what type of silly shit is that? You got hundreds in your pocket, but you still steal from a blind man's hat. I mean, this is getting damn ridiculous. And so I think about a message I can spread to the land with a pencil in the paper and the thought and the plan played their presidents while I do it. I wonder if Jay was blacklisted. I wonder if Nas was blacklisted. My mind is starting to think I got to plan this shit perfect. See, the list is intelligent. It knows I want to spit. It thinks my life is irrelevant, and it knows I want revenge because it dissed me so much. This is damn ridiculous. So I'll wait a week and then I'll creep into the venue when the list is asleep. Because if it sees me, no choice but to sign in this shit. Next thing you know, I'm the 100,000th poet to spit after the light skin misses with the candy curls and the dark skin misses with the ponytails lead a venue. Oh, now it's time for Crawler to spit for two people. We're goddamn ridiculous. The list is my arch nemesis. I can't get revenge because I can't even get a chance to spit it. Ha! The ultimate punishment for the lyricists, the disrespect. I'll give them this. They have won the day, but you can't stop the sun by pulling down the shades. Best believe me, there will be hell to pay. Thank you.
Nightcrawler. Wow.
So I appreciate y'all, but needless to say, the host didn't really like the piece, but the fans did, and the poet's like, yes. But it was cool.
Interesting. Very interesting. You know, we have something in common.
Oh.
Actually, the reason I even called myself La Bruja was because I was getting hated on the list. And so I sent someone else, because the guy already knew my name was Caridad. So I sent somebody else, actually a co-worker, who thought he was Jesus Christ incarnated, which was crazy. I was like, yo, I said, go write La Bruja on the list. And then La Bruja got called. I came up and I ripped them to shreds.
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta rip it then. It's like
do it. You gotta do it, and then they learn. They learn. The story continues, but that was how, and then that was how my name stuck. I didn't even mean for it to happen like that, and then it was La Bruja forever.
Yo, that's dope.
Thank you for bringing that memory and speaking that truth. A lot of people, they abuse their power in the littlest ways, and that just goes to show you, how little and small and powerless they feel to be fucking with a list.
Yeah, and that's why it's so cool nowadays, where we have this outlet where the younger generation, they don't need no list no more. They can just record a poem at home, put it on Instagram. See, these people have no power. They had little power then, they have no power now, and it's just great.
Well, we are taking our power back. We are shining. We are night crawling. We are Bruja. We are doing our thing. Thank you so much for sharing. Let them know how to follow you.
Okay, I'll put all my contact in here, and also that piece is from my book, has 80 poems in it. It's called Another Endless Night, but I'm gonna send all that contact. And thank y'all so much for the love as always, and I'll holler at you later.
All right, you're always welcome on this list. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry for the waiting list people. It's not a promise that I can put you on, but I do need to eat, and I've been on Zoom all for hours. But you have definitely filled my heart and given me so much energy. I hope you feel it too. It's never too soon and it's never too late, so don't debate or procrastinate. Just write it down like you just can't wait, because what you say just might be great. I love you guys. With all the green chakra heart shining in the universe for you, I'm just so amazed at how creative you guys stay. The new shit tonight was on fleek. You are on your A game, all of you, all of you, all of you. Keep it going. I'll see you next week. Much love from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. La Bruja, over and out.